Welcome back, dear listener, to Coaching Hypnosis, to my wonderful community over in the United States. I've got a little something to help you reclaim your time this month. We talk so much about wellness and self-care, but you can't do that if you're stuck in a grocery aisle. That's why I've partnered with Instacart. If you're in the US and haven't tried it, you get free delivery fees on your first 3 orders. It's a total game changer for getting your healthy essentials delivered right to your door in as fast as 30 minutes. You can also try using the promo code FSAHSA1035 at checkout for extra savings. To get those free deliveries, just click the link in my show notes. Using that link really helps support this show. Thank you so much for the love. Cheers. Today we're talking to the expressive hurricane. Let's be radically, hilariously honest. You don't listen. You just wait for your turn to perform. You walk into a room, suck all the oxygen out of it with your energy, and leave everyone feeling like they just watched a trailer for a movie that doesn't actually exist. You call it inspiring the team. Everyone else calls it the Tuesday morning whirlwind. Today, we're peeling back the mask on the Expressive's word salad. We're exploring why your storytelling is actually a sophisticated avoidant coping mechanism to hide the fact you haven't checked the budget in 3 months. Your internal monologue is a masterpiece of positive association and global communication. See if you recognize these. The vibe shield. I don't need to be specific. If they feel the vibe of my vision, they'll figure out the boring details. Accuracy is for the people with no imagination. The pivot ego. I'm not changing my mind every 5 minutes. I'm agile. If the team is confused, it's because they can't keep up with my genius level of creativity. The approval trap. I need everyone to be excited. If the analytical is frowning, I'll just keep talking louder and faster until they smile, even if I have to make up half the facts to do it. The raw honesty. You are terrified of insignificance. To your subconscious, silence feels like death. Let's talk about the word salad. It's that movement in a meeting where you realize you've lost the plot, so you start using buzzwords like synergy, quantum growth, and disruptive alignment to bridge the gap. You look at your analytical CFO, who is holding a spreadsheet of cold, hard facts, and you see them blinking in confusion. Instead of stopping, you double down. You launch into a 10-minute story about a taxi driver you met in 2014 who gave you a sign. The radical truth. Your charisma has become a distraction, and you're using your personality to blind your team so they don't see the gaps in your strategy. You think you are selling the dream, but you're actually just creating a cognitive overload for everyone else. When people ask for a deadline, you give them a poem. When they ask for a budget, you give them a manifesto. You aren't leading, you're performing, and your team is exhausted from being your involuntary audience. To stop the hurricane, we have to rewrite your need for constant validation. Reframing precision as safety. We use hypnosis to show your subconscious that data isn't boring. It's the flaw that keeps your vision from falling through. Identity realignment. We shift your identification stable from the performer to the grounded architect. You learn that your value isn't how loud you speak, but how clearly you direct. Autonomic reset. We anchor a state of quiet authority. We teach your nervous system to find safety in the silence between your words, allowing others the space to actually process what you've said. Today, let's try an expressive exorcism. 1. In your next email or meeting, you are forbidden from using adjectives. 2. State only the facts. The goal is X, the deadline is Y, the budget is Z. 3. Notice the physical tightness in your throat. That's your ego screaming for attention. 4. Sit with that discomfort. Notice how, for the first time in months, your team actually knows exactly what to do. True charisma doesn't need to shout. It's your time to trade your word salad for unshakable, grounded clarity. If you're tired of being the hurricane and you're ready to start building a business that actually functions when you aren't talking, book your free 40-minute clarity call. Let's dismantle the performer script and install the executive presence that turns your big ideas into big reality. Remember, aligned subconscious plus precision equals scalable influence. Thank you for listening. Quiet the noise, ground the vision, grow your business. Mindfully yours, Julie.